Hello and welcome to Video Marketing Success, What's Working Now. This is Bortone, and I wanted to give you a nice new clean recording of this brief webinar that will talk about video marketing today. What's working today, what are the best practices, and we'll also talk about some new trends in video marketing. So let's jump right in. First of all, for those of you who may not already know me, my background is in television marketing. Spent over 20 years in the TV business at places like NBC, Fox, E! Entertainment Television, etc. And I've been doing video marketing since the prehistoric age of before YouTube, which is actually only 7 or 8 years ago. And again, I approach this from a marketing and branding perspective. I'm not a techie, geeky kind of guy. I'm a marketing and branding person, and that's the way I approach video, and that's what I bring to video marketing. So, you know the old expression, if a picture's worth 1,000 words, or a picture's worth 1,000 words, how much would a video be worth in that case? Well, someone actually went ahead and did the research, and as it turns out, 1 minute of video is said to be worth 1.8 million words, according to Forrester Research here in Boston. And that's good news for those of us who don't like to write. Video is very powerful and will take care of a lot of words for you. So seriously, the web has really gone video. Everything on the internet is moving in that direction. According to Cisco Systems, in the next few years, 90% of all internet traffic will be video. And better news for those of us using video, with proper optimization, video can increase the chance of you getting on the first page of Google by 53%. It's actually pretty easy to get on the first page of Google if you're using video. In fact, another cool stat, the number of online video users will double to 1.5 billion by 2016. And video is very shareable. It's a very viral medium. Almost 92% of viewers share the videos seen online with others. So there are a lot of reasons why video marketing totally rocks and why you should be using it. Not the least of which it will help you generate more web traffic. It will also help you improve your search engine rankings significantly. It can increase your conversions and sales. It'll definitely help you build a list or build a bigger database a lot more quickly. And it creates stronger relationships with your customers, colleagues, and clients. And you can reach a much wider audience using video. Still need more reasons why to use video? Well, you can use video to establish an immediate, personal, and powerful connection to your stakeholders. It's a very intimate, personal medium and a great way to establish connection. It also accelerates the sales and decision process, and especially the buying process, because it increases the know, like, and trust factor. It's a lot easier to relate to people that you're seeing on screen and to build that know, like, and trust when you are using video. The other great thing is that video breaks through the clutter and makes you more unique and memorable. And that's important because we're all overwhelmed, we're all in information overwhelm, we're all getting a gazillion emails, etc. But video really breaks through all that noise and gets you heard. So let's talk a little bit about video marketing today. And when we talk about video marketing, we really have to talk about video strategy. Gone are the days when you can, what I call, post and pray that people will see your video. You can't just throw a video up against the wall and hope it sticks. You have to have a strategy. In addition, you have to think about your video content. What is the message in your video? You also need to consider video integration. How does video play into the rest of your marketing plans? How does it integrate with social media? We'll talk about all of that. Video distribution. Again, you cannot just post and pray. You've got to get the video off the hard drive and out into the world via YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, whatever. We'll talk more about that in a moment. And of course, video engagement. And I always talk about video engagement because it is such a powerful tool for engagement. Now, I like to think of video engagement as creating a conversation with your viewer, creating a connection, having that interaction and interactivity. So engagement is very important. And of course, you also have to think about the tools and resources, which are constantly changing, but you want to stay up on, what's the best way to use video to leverage your marketing. So let's talk first about video strategy. And some typical video marketing goals that you may have for your video can include building and enhancing your personal brand. Video is an excellent way to do this, and that is a very good goal for video marketing. You can also increase your online visibility and awareness pretty quickly and pretty significantly with video. So that's another typical, well thought out video marketing goal. Another goal could be to drive engagement and interaction, as we just mentioned, to create connections and loyalty. Again, we're going back to the know, like, and trust factor, and to move the prospect to a specific action, most often to purchase something from you. So a good video marketing goal may simply be to sell something to someone, and it's a great way to do it. So the overall process really is 3 steps. You want to connect with video, you want to engage with video, and then of course you want to move the prospect to action. So it's in that order: connect, engage, and move to action. And if we talk about video content or messaging, for the most part you want to keep your video messages and your videos short and sweet. The vast majority of videos on YouTube, you will notice, are under 3 minutes. You may want to even go shorter than that. I always say it shouldn't be any longer than it takes to communicate your message. Obviously, you want your video to be relevant to your target market. You want it to be targeted to your specific target market. If you are creating videos and your audience or your target market is women 25 to 54, you probably don't want to be on the video site collegehumor.com or something like that. You've got to target your content appropriately. Good video content encourages interaction, and again, you'll hear this theme over and over: engagement. It comes back to engagement. A good video is shareable, and usually funny videos are more likely to be shared, but it's kind of tough to be funny on cue, and it's not always appropriate. But anything you can do to make your video more shareable is going to help it. And here's a really important one: content trumps quality. I say this all the time, and some folks may disagree with me, but the truth is people will forgive your video if it's a little rough around the edges, as long as the content is interesting and compelling. So think message first and medium second. Your video should be mobile friendly, because so much video is being viewed now on iPhones and tablets and iPads. And you want every single video that you do to have a call to action. What do you want the viewer to do? You have to tell them specifically and precisely what you want them to do in the video. You have to have a call to action, a direct and compelling call to action. Otherwise, they're going to be off in some other black hole and down some rabbit hole, and you've lost them forever. So do include a call to action in all your videos. I want to talk a little bit here about a couple of micro video sites, and this is sort of a fairly new trend of micro video. And micro video basically is very short, sort of quick hit video that you can do with iPhone apps and tablet apps. The most popular, or one of the most popular of which, is Vine at vine.co. And Vine you can download on the iTunes store. Here's a screenshot of what it looks like. in iTunes. And Vine allows you to create quick little 6-second videos. So it is primarily a mobile app. The videos can only be 6 seconds long. Interestingly enough, Vine is owned by Twitter, and it really, I think, had its roots as a teen medium. And I say it's gone from teen to mainstream. I know my 15-year-old daughter uses Vine all the time. You can make these quick little funky videos, quick little 6-second videos. However, the reason I say it's gone mainstream and it's going mainstream is that national advertiser Dunkin' Donuts recently ran a Vine ad on Monday Night Football. So Dunkin' Donuts, a national corporate advertiser, is now running 6-second Vine ads on network television. So that's when you know it has come full circle and come into the mainstream. So check out Vine for quick hit videos. Another micro video platform is called Instagram. And Instagram started as a photo site. It is also available for iPhones or Androids. And as they say here, you can take a picture or video, choose a filter to transform its look and feel, then post it to Instagram. It's that easy. You can even share to Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, and more. And it's free, as is Vine. So Instagram started as a photos-only site, but now they have a video capability. It is also a social mobile app. One of the things that people really like about Instagram is that you can apply effects or filters, and Instagram gives you a whopping 15 seconds to shoot your video clip. Instagram is enormously popular. They have 100 million users and were recently acquired by Facebook. So again, this is a mainstream app, a mainstream way to create short, quick hit videos. Now, what would you use a 6-second or a 15-second video for? You could use it for a quick promo. You could use it to remind people to tune into your webinar. You could use it as a quick birthday greeting or a holiday greeting. So there are tons of uses, and it's easy to do video because you only have to come up with 6 seconds or 15 seconds of content. Now, of course, YouTube wanted to get in the game with micro video as well. So the founders of YouTube created something very recently called Mixbit. And Mixbit is essentially YouTube's entry into the micro video market. It's really new as of August 2013. At the moment, it is just an iPhone app, but Mixbit allows you to create videos anywhere from a whopping 1 second to 1 hour. So you have a lot more flexibility, and the idea behind Mixbit is a little bit different because it's a little more social. They encourage you to collect and mix videos from other users. So you can do mashups, or you can share other videos, or you can string other videos together on Mixbit. But again, it's another micro video platform. This one's owned by YouTube, so you certainly haven't seen the last of it, even though it's new to the market. So, speaking of all that, let's talk a little bit about video integration. And when I talk about video integration, what I mean is using video in your marketing and integrating it into what you're already doing. So if you're doing email marketing, think about video email. If you are doing a lot on social media, how can you integrate video into your social media? And we'll get into that in a moment. But first of all, you may want to use an email platform that integrates video. That's one way to get videos into your email. So whether it's Infusionsoft or Aweber or iContact, most of the email providers will now allow you to include video. And one video can actually be auto-shared to numerous platforms, usually with one click, which really helps you leverage your time and get out to a lot more places a lot more quickly. So if you upload a video to YouTube or Vimeo, you can share that video from YouTube or Vimeo with one click to Facebook, to Twitter, to Pinterest, to Google+, to LinkedIn, all usually with one click and without having to upload to each of those sites. So it's upload once, share to many platforms. Now here's an example in my weekly e-zine, my online marketing e-zine, of how I include video in the email. And I'm using Infusionsoft, and here in my newsletter I have a couple of different videos in the right hand column. One is a promo for Lose Labs, and if you click that you go right to YouTube and watch the video. The other one is the actual Lose Labs, the entire half-hour webinar. So the reason I include video, and that you should include video in your email whenever possible, is that video in email increases click-through rates by 200 to 300%. That is pretty significant, and it also makes your emails a lot more engaging and interactive. Now again, I mentioned you can share video from Vimeo or YouTube to other social media sites. So in this screenshot of Vimeo, you see here that you can share the link, you can send it by email, you can embed it, or you can click the social buttons like Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Tumblr, Pinterest, etc., and share the video with one click to those sites. And the same is true on YouTube. YouTube is very social, and it is a social medium. On YouTube, you can like a video, you can share a video, you can embed a video, you can reply to a video. You can do all kinds of social things on YouTube, and when you upload your video to YouTube, you should be embedding it in your own website, emailing it to your subscribers, sharing it on social media. You can see all the share buttons here for Tumblr and Facebook and Google+. You can even launch a Google Hangout now from YouTube. So YouTube has become extremely social and very interactive, and a great way to share videos to other platforms once it's already uploaded on YouTube. So again, the idea is save yourself a ton of time, upload once, share to many platforms. So let's talk a little bit about video distribution. Now, a lot of folks like Vimeo. It's really the same as YouTube, it's just a personal preference, but if you use Vimeo for social distribution, you want to share it to Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Google+. Even if you are using Vimeo, you should definitely still use YouTube for the additional SEO benefits. So I know a lot of folks who just prefer Vimeo over YouTube. In my eyes, they're essentially the same, except YouTube is bigger and has the vast majority of viewers, so you want to be there as well. Once you have your video on Vimeo or YouTube, you should take the embed code and also put that on your own website or blog. You can create mini videos for Vine and Instagram, those quick hit videos. You should definitely continue to use Twitter and Facebook to promote those videos. Many times I will go back and promote a video on Twitter or Facebook even if the video is a month or two old. If it's still relevant and still has some shelf life, I may just go back and say, hey, here's this video, 5 ways to get more engagement with your videos, and post that to Facebook or Twitter. And you may also want to consider a site called slideshare.net. And slideshare.net is basically a sleeping giant. It's owned by LinkedIn. I like to refer to it as the YouTube of slideshows, and we'll come back to that in a moment and talk more about that. But in the meantime, I do want to mention, as far as video distribution goes, that Facebook is actually the third largest site for viewing videos as well. So don't neglect Facebook when you're uploading your videos. And don't forget about Twitter. One auto-shared tweet on Twitter results in 6 new YouTube sessions. So folks are using Twitter to promote their YouTube videos. You can also share your videos to LinkedIn via YouTube or via slideshare.net, which I mentioned, and we'll talk more about in a second. Pinterest, by the way, also takes videos, as does obviously Google Hangouts are really taking off. We'll talk more about that in a moment also. So let's talk first about slideshare.net. This is something that I kind of stumbled upon. I was uploading my PowerPoint presentations to SlideShare. You can upload PowerPoints or PDFs, or you can actually upload videos as well. But in this case, I just uploaded my plain old PowerPoint. No narration, no video, nothing fancy. And lo and behold, 3 days later, I had 700 views of that PowerPoint presentation. One other one I had 500 views in 2 days. So There are a lot of folks looking at this site. There are a lot of folks looking at content here, and it is a great place to put your content. In fact, SlideShare does take video. You can embed YouTube videos within your presentations, and if you have the paid version of SlideShare, you can actually generate leads with a contact form and include a get in touch button. So somebody watches your presentation, they like what they see. At the end of the video, it says contact the creator, and you get a message saying so and so wants to talk to you about the video they just saw. That's pretty cool. The other neat thing about SlideShare is that it connects with LinkedIn. It's now owned by LinkedIn, so that makes sense, but it's a great way to get your videos onto LinkedIn. You can use the SlideShare app and send whatever you have on SlideShare right back to LinkedIn. So the SlideShare app allows you to share your PowerPoints and videos to LinkedIn, so it gives you a nice way to add a video presence or a visual presence to your LinkedIn account. Now, speaking of Pinterest, a newer social media site that is very visual and photo driven, some folks don't realize that you can also pin videos. Now, I do infographics, I send, regular photos and things like that, but I also upload my videos to Pinterest. And the beauty of that is that they play and show up right within Pinterest. So you upload a video to Pinterest, the video opens and plays right within Pinterest, and they even give you additional ways to share that video back to Facebook or Twitter or via email. So Pinterest is, again, a great way to share video, and not a lot of folks taking advantage of that. And we should also talk about Google Plus, because Google owns Google Plus, obviously, and YouTube, and you ought to be sharing your videos on Google Plus as well. And when you share your video on Google Plus, again, it plays within Google Plus. So if you post a video to Google Plus right from YouTube, it shows up on your Google Plus account and will play very nicely right on Google Plus as a video, so people don't have to leave Google Plus to see your video. So hopefully what you're seeing here is that with not a lot of effort and with really just a lot of auto sharing, you can have your video in a ton of different places and on a ton of different platforms at the same time without a lot of extra work. So video engagement. I talk about this a lot. It is basically driving video views and interaction. YouTube is a good place to start. It is a good hub for your videos. You could do a whole separate session, and I have done separate sessions on YouTube, but take a look at the YouTube Creator Handbook, because they've got all kinds of tips and tricks and information about maximizing and optimizing YouTube using annotations and captions and customization and all kinds of other cool stuff. You want to optimize your YouTube videos, and you can do that by paying attention to the title and the keywords and the description. Use social video and SEO, and maybe even consider Google AdWords and YouTube ads, especially YouTube ads, because again, they're not being used as much as Google AdWords, and there's still a gold mine of opportunity there. And when it comes to video SEO, there's something called schema.org. It's a video markup. It makes my head hurt, but again, as it says here, videos are one of the most common types of results on Google, and we want to make sure that your videos get indexed. So we're launching support for schema.org. Now the recommended way to describe videos on the web. It's kind of complicated. Again, it makes my head hurt. So I just use a video player called Lead Player, which includes schema.org and does that for me. And speaking of video players, a video player is basically just a way to control the environment and the look and the feel of your video. And it's kind of optional. You don't absolutely have to have a video player, but a lot of folks like the control that video players provide. So Lead Player is one video player that I use because they give you opt-in boxes and video call to actions and YouTube integration, things like that. And others include Viewbix, Easy Video Player, and Wistia, and I'll go through these rather quickly. First of all, let me reiterate why you might want to use a video player. It gives you a lot more control and customization over your video. It allows for a better viewer experience in many cases. It allows you to control the video environment, which means you can add share buttons or buy buttons or opt-in buttons. So it gives you a lot of control. And it also enables sharing, like I said, to social media, redirects, list building, call to action. A redirect is basically when the video ends, you can indicate where you want that video to point to. So the video ends and they automatically go to your sales page, for example. Most of these video players also provide a lot of rich analytics and research, and many of them include video hosting, so you can actually host or have your video live on that site. Viewbix is one of my favorites because they have a lot of really cool features and bells and whistles, not the least of which is some pretty cool analytics. They allow you to add a lot of elements to your videos. For instance, in this case, I have a video for Lose Labs, and I can have them register with a Register Here button, as you see on the upper right. They can register for the webinar right from the video. So I can build in that overlay to have them register for my webinar in the video. It just streamlines the process, makes it easy for the user, and of course on the bottom you can see the share buttons as well. Viewbix has a free version, and the other versions start as little as $4.99 a month, so it's worth a look. They have sales all the time. This one was a President's Day sale. And another video player that is very popular is called Easy Video Suite, formerly Easy Video Player. It's very popular. I'm having some technical problems with it right now myself, but that doesn't mean it doesn't work for other folks. And again, just gives you a lot more control about the look and feel and the way your video basically plays and behaves. Wistia is another awesome video player slash host. And the thing I like, one of the things I like about Wistia is that you can kind of force an opt-in. So in order for people to watch the video, they have to enter their email address, like it says here. Enter your email address to view this video. So it's a good list building tactic, and you don't have to do it that way. There's a little skip button on the bottom, but you certainly can use it for that, and you can use it for other things like adding email and buttons or social share buttons. You can control the player color and the size and the dimensions and all that kind of stuff. So Wistia is another way to really take control of your video. They've got all kinds of features here that you can see. Calls to actions, playlists, transcripts, and they have what's called a super embed player. So here I've included a video, and I can go in and customize the way that video looks. I can add social sharing buttons. I can add a call to action button. I can even require an email in order for someone to watch the video. So another cool way to take control of your video. And again, Wistia has a free version that allows you 3 videos. After that, you want to end up paying anywhere from $20 and up a month. They do have a 2-week free trial. And Rocco has my glasses, so I'm going to pause this for a moment and go grab that. Come here, Rocco. Oh, never mind, he's off and running. It would not be a webinar without an appearance from Rocco. So let's talk briefly about best practices as we wrap up here. You probably want to use a combination of self-hosting video plus Vimeo and YouTube to get the additional SEO benefits. You want to make sure that you drive all social and video site traffic back to your website. So yes, definitely be on YouTube and Vimeo, but drive that traffic back to your website where you control the real estate and you control the environment. Leverage your content. One video can appear on many sites. Use short, quick hit content for mobile sites like Vine and Instagram. And there's another one called Quickie that you might want to check out, Qwiki. And also be sure to include a clear, compelling call to action in every video. So a few takeaways from this quick little webinar. Your business strategy should drive your video plans. Video has to have a strategy and a goal. You don't have to be everywhere to look like you're everywhere, which is cool. Leverage is key. You can put your video on YouTube and then share it to Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Pinterest, and look like you're everywhere. A video is only as good as its call to action. Don't forget to tell the viewer exactly what to do. Quick hits, like what I like to call quick hits, are driving mobile video, those 6-second Vine videos or those 15-second Instagram videos. And remember, video is no longer just talking heads. There are dozens and dozens of ways to create video, whether it's a narrated PowerPoint like this, or a photo montage, or a video interview, or animation. There are many, many options. You can do video email, you can do slideshows, you can do video conferencing. So it is only limited by your imagination, and it is more than just talking heads. So hopefully that was helpful for you and gives you some ideas about using video in your marketing. If you want to contact me, you can always find me at loubortone.com, at loubortone on Twitter, or any of the other ways listed here. So hope that was helpful, and we'll look forward to catching up with you again. Please feel free to get in touch if you have any questions, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.